Alright, so I'm going to do a review of the Stinger branded paintballs. I was walking around in Walmart and I saw a case of paintballs for 30 bucks. I said, what the heck? I'm going to get them home and see what they look like. So I sized them and they range from a 6.82 to a 6.87, so pretty big range for paintballs. I'm not sure if it's going to zoom in here, but the outside of these Stinger paintballs, which is this right here, the outside of these is a lot more grainy than a marbleizer ball. So the surface looks rougher. Also, if you look at the seam is a lot more noticeable than on a marbleizer ball, where you can only just barely feel it if you scrape it with your fingernail. So those are the physical differences that I've seen, but let's see how they shoot. Alright, let's get this to autofocus. Alright, so what I'll be shooting with is an Etek 3. I picked this gun out of my bag because it's a mid-range gun, and I figure probably going to be around the same type of gun, this poppet gun that a lot of people have. Alright, I'm going to use a 6.84 freak insert. Try and get the mid number of these. Alright, let's see how they do. Just like the Mars that I was using earlier. .283, 282, 291, and you can actually see how hard some of these shells are, because one just clattered across the floor, broken in half at that seam. Like I was talking about earlier, the seam is a lot harder, a lot more noticeable than some of these higher end balls. Alright, so let's see here what we got. Still got some balls in here, but I just want to see what the damage looks like. Now I'm shooting pretty much at brick wall over there, so I'm not going to find any that aren't broken. But you can see here, this is pretty much a whole shell. This one too, just out of one pod. That tells me that these are quite a harder shell than something like a marbleizer, which is just going to come right apart. We got another full half shell here. So they're just breaking at the seams. They're not actually really exploding. So it's a lot harder ball. Good if you're playing in colder weather and you don't want it to break in your barrel. But bad if you're on a speedball field and you're set to 270 FPS or something like that. So again, those are the Stinger paintballs. And that's what they look like here. You could see it in the light. It doesn't glare off the light because it's such a rough shell. Let's see if it breaks here when I drop it from eye height. See, it doesn't break. When you drop it from here, it just bounces. So that's a harder ball. Maybe not for tournament use, but it's only 30 bucks a case. So at least it's not going to break in your barrel. Alright, Stinger paintballs. Thanks for watching.